What's up everyone, and welcome to Jayconomics. My name is Jay and it's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we take a look at anything related to finance with a strong focus on investing. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, then please consider subscribing and liking this video to help me on my quest to befriend the big, bad YouTube algorithm. What's up everyone, and welcome back to Jayconomics. Today we're going to talk about another company in the MJ space that I'm very excited about. Now, it's rare that I like a cannabis company, and so between Iconic Brands, which I made a video on last week, and now this new company, I have found two companies in the span of a couple weeks that I'm very bullish on in this space. Now, they are both companies listed on the Canadian exchange, the CSE, and also on the OTC. They are companies that I've researched thoroughly over the last couple of weeks. Now, this one has immense potential in my eyes while bringing something totally different to the table from other plays in the MJ space. I'll break down the company from top to bottom and explain why I think it's so intriguing. Now, this past Sunday, I tweeted that I had 4 small cap gems to share in the next couple of days. Numinous Wellness was the first, Greenman Capital the second, and the third is BevCanna. It's exactly what you think too, the fusion of beverage and cannabis. The ticker for this one is BEV on the CSE and ticker BVNNF on the OTC markets. Now, BevCanna is an emerging leader in cannabis-infused beverages. Now, before I get into the Keef brand's partnership, the Naturo acquisition, and their ties to Pepsi and General Mills, I do have to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by a third-party marketing agency working for BevCanna. Now, this is important, and I want you to listen up real close. That in no way, shape, or form means that I don't mean every word that I say in this video, okay? This is something that is not reviewed. This is something that I'm posting on the company, my honest opinion. Now, I don't think viewers really understand how many of these emails I get weekly, but I get at least 3 to 5 emails on a weekly basis asking me to cover a company on my channel. And I don't have any interest 90 to 95% of the time. Why? Because I don't promote companies I don't invest in myself or would not put in money myself. I am very selective about what I put on my channel. Why? Because of you, my viewers. For people that get easily triggered by this for whatever reason, this is my point. Why in the world would I bring a crappy company on my channel to risk the solid reputation that I've built over the past 9 months on YouTube? Why would I risk my business and my livelihood for a quick buck? Why would I risk future growth prospects and tarnishing my brand with a company that I didn't believe in? The same answer. I wouldn't, because that would be very stupid. And I consider myself to be a pretty bright guy. So, if you were thinking you'd be clever by writing an idiotic comment down below with absolutely no factual evidence nor critical thought while hiding behind your computer screen, how about you save yourself the time and never watch my videos again? I will not miss you, and neither will the Jayconomics family. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into BevCanna. So, the global cannabis beverage market is the fastest growing segment in the MJ space currently and is projected to reach $5.8 billion in 2024 and over $8 billion by 2027. Big brands like Molson, Coors, and Anheuser-Busch have joined with MJ companies in Canada, hoping to be the first to capitalize on the massive market share in Canada. BevCanna generates revenue in Canada and in the US, is engaged in retail outlets and e-commerce platforms, and produces both house brands and white label products. They believe that they are well primed to compete with any competitors in this space. BevCanna has world-class infrastructure, including a 40,000 square foot certified manufacturing facility with bottling capacity over 210 million bottles per year. The key to their MJ beverages is their proprietary powder, Deeper Green. Deeper Green converts extracted cannabis into a fast-acting water-soluble powder that mixes evenly with beverages, ensuring that each drink is exactly the same. Consistent dosage is very difficult to meet, but required to meet regulations. Their manufacturing is another key that separates BevCanna from other white label services. They have the ability to produce multiple beverage formats, including aluminum, glass, and plastic, allowing them to offer their services no matter what the customer needs. MJ beverages have not taken off as many thought that they would in Canada, mainly due to some, silly regulations. Federal rules require drinks and edibles to have limits that cap purchases to 30 grams. The crazy part, though, is that the limit is based on overall weight, not potency. This is promoting smaller shots of drinks with high potency instead of normal-sized drinks with average potency. BevCanna believes this is going to change very soon, and when it does, they feel like they are primed to emerge as the standout player in Canada's beverage market. Alright, so let's move into some pretty exciting stuff here. So BevCanna, they recently scored a big win with a partnership with Keef Brands. Keef Brands ranks first in the US in both units and dollars sold amongst all cannabis beverage companies, and offers 8 out of the 10 top-selling beverages in Colorado and 2 out of the 10 in California. BevCanna will act as the exclusive licensee, manufacturing, and distribution partner to the award-winning US line of Keef-infused beverages for the Canadian market, and the company will leverage the extensive Keef US manufacturing and distribution network to access the US cannabis market, which includes more than 1,000 dispensaries and delivery services across Colorado, California, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Oklahoma, and Puerto Rico. So yeah, this partnership is a very, very big deal. We are talking about a number one player in the US partnering with BevCanna to drive expansion and growth. This shows the conviction Keef Brands must have in the manufacturing and production abilities of BevCanna. Another recent catalyst for BevCanna is the acquisition of Naturo, building upon a multi-year exclusive partnership between the two companies. The acquisition puts BevCanna in the unique position to be one of the only fully licensed in-house and white-label beverage manufacturing companies that distributes both conventional and cannabinoid-based beverage and wellness products. In 2020, an independent financial firm gave Naturo an enterprise value of $42 million, including an $18 million valuation of their on-site alkaline spring water aquifer. As water resources become increasingly scarcer, like gold and oil, BevCanna expects that the proprietary resource will contribute to a strengthened balance sheet and to BevCanna's unique positioning within the exploding plant-based and cannabis sectors. Next, the Trace product line from Naturo has an established and growing mass market distribution network of over 3,000 retail points. Trace is sold across the country through Canadian retailers and includes their alkaline water, sparkling water, plant-based mineral beverages, and plant-based supplements. They are sold across the country through Canadian retailers and are expanding their product selection to include cannabinoids, adaptogens, and nootropics. The most impressive piece of this acquisition is that BevCanna essentially purchased $40 million in assets for $20 million in stock. Okay? So, well, what does that tell you? That tells you that Naturo is willing to go along with BevCanna. Just one more bullish sentiment for the future of BevCanna. Now, in September of 2020, BevCanna made a strategic acquisition in e-commerce site Pure Therapy. This acquisition will provide them with a proven platform to expand their products globally, including the booming US CBD market. Pure Therapy has an extensive list of 23,000 customers they have acquired since 2017. In 2021, they are projecting Pure Therapy to bring in 3,300 new active customers and more than $7.5 million in revenue. In some recent news, BevCanna added Melise Panetta to the role of president on March 4th. Now, Melise Panetta is a highly experienced sales, marketing, and commercial leader with experience at giants like Pepsi and General Mills. She says her focus in the MJ space is the launch of their market-leading Keef brands, as well as developing their roster of white label clients at their newly licensed facility. In the wellness sector, she says that they are expanding Naturo Group's white label clientele, driving growth of the Trace brand, and continuing to expand the popular Pure Therapy platform. Now, again, you gotta ask yourself, why would someone who's had experience at such huge winning companies become the president of a bad company with a bad product? So I'll leave you with this. I believe that BevCanna has a great opportunity in front of them. I think BevCanna is one of the most interesting companies that I've come across lately, especially in the MJ space. Now, I do love the MJ space as a high growth sector for the next 3 to 5 years. Now, let's take that bottling capacity number that we had earlier, which was 210 million, okay? And let's take a look at this chart that we made over here and kind of assume certain things, okay? So let's say they go quarter capacity, so 50 million. So let's say they sell 50 million bottles yearly. Let's say they do that at $3, which is obviously very conservative. I mean, right there, that's $150 million in revenue. Okay, so then, I mean, you could see for yourself, right? This graph moves quickly. So if you sell 100 million, 150 million, 200 million, right? $3, $4, $5, $6, these can maybe sell up to $7 or $8 too, okay? So my point is that the bottling revenue potential could be massive. And right now, BevCanna is trading at a $100 million market cap Canadian. Okay, so do the math. And so I believe that BevCanna gives you an opportunity to invest in the MJ beverage space specifically at the ground floor, essentially. Now, of course, this investment comes with risks, okay? Hence the whole ground floor investment thing. You need to have vision and patience when you invest into a stock like this, because current metrics are not always representative of the investment opportunity that is in front of you. People who talk about PE ratios still make me laugh. It's like, dude, stick to dividend stocks, high growth ones, ground floor opportunities that require a lot of patience, conviction, and a steel stomach. Well, you know, those investments are not for you, Jim. And guess what? When it has matured and reached the safe investment realm, the exponential growth stage is gone. Hence, the exponential returns are as well. Okay, so it all depends on your goals and your strategy. Okay, so before you bash a startup company, just think that every company was once here. Okay, so just think about that for a second and really analyze what you're saying when you say, oh, this is a scam or it's a bad company. Now, the management team is extremely solid now with Ms. Panetta aboard, and I believe that the sector that they're in this beverage niche specifically, will become huge. With their acquisitions, they have diversified and evolved into a health and wellness / beverage and natural products company with over $55 million in assets on the balance sheet, and a global multi-channel distribution network positioned for intense growth. While they have already been quite busy in 2021, they are continuing to evaluate M&A and expansion opportunities within the US and international market. And as for me, I don't currently have a position right now. I'm recording this on Monday night, but I do plan to open up a position on Tuesday at some point. So that wraps it up for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that it gave you a good insight into why I am bullish on the cannabis beverage space and BevCanna specifically moving forward. And guys, if this video brought you some value, then please hit that like button for me, as it really does help the channel a lot. And if you want more content like this, then don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell to be notified when any new video comes out. And of course, check out the Patreon if you want access to all of the perks, like our awesome Discord and access to all of my stocks and plays in a timely fashion, and much, much more. And until next time, take care and invest smart.